Now I start lecture 1. It's about the circular motion. What's the meaning of circular motion? It is the movement or the motion whose path is circular, and it can be determined at any circle with two important things: with its center and with its radius. So if the motion moves in circle, so we call this kind of motion is circular motion, and we can determine or find it from the circle with two important things: with its center, that is the center, and with its radius. So that is the means of the definition. And we have two types of motion. One is uniform, the other is non or ununiform. The uniform means is v is constant or speed is constant. The other, v is not constant. So how I can find or describe any point? For example, I have this circle, and the circular motion, it is the example of the motion in two dimensions, in x and y. When I mention and we think about the circle and put my axis and coordinate x and y, so that is the example of movement in two direction, x and y. So if I have a point, it started from here, for example, this point started from this point till this point is O. So how I can describe it? I described it with this path and with this angle. So the angular position of this point, because it's moving with angles, so it is angular position. الموقع الزاوي أو الموقع بالنسبة للزاوية فيمكن تحديده بما يلي: theta as the angular position is equal to S equal to R. What is S? Maybe here X, Y, Z, up to you. Use any sample. So the S means the length of the arc. That is the arc of the movement of the object from point 1 to point 2. R means the radius of the circle, and it is constant in all of the circles, so that this R is equal to this R is equal to this, so R is constant. So if I make differentiate to both sides, ds over dt, it gives me the velocity. D angular position over dt, d theta over dt, it gives me the angular velocity, التسارع الزاوي, omega. R is constant, so it equal to R. So from this equation, R, v as a linear velocity, it's equal to the angular velocity dot R, multiply R. So from this equation also I can find the angular velocity is equal to v over R. If I make a second derivative or another derivative to the velocity for both sides of this equation, if I make also derivative to this equation, derivative to both sides, so delta v over delta t, it gives me the acceleration. D omega divided by dt, it's equal to minus omega square dot R. So the acceleration, it's equal to v square over R. So just I substitute or replaced omega with this variables, equal to v square over R dot R. So R moves with one R from here, so A is equal to v square over R. And this in lecture 2 I explain about it when it is A sub C or AC. What is the mean of AC? It is the centripetal acceleration. What's the mean of centripetal acceleration? التسارع المركزي هو التسارع الذي يشير دائما إلى مركز الدائرة، وراح نتناقش في المحاضرة الثانية المسجلة معاكم. ترجعوا إلى المحاضرة الثانية راح تحصلوا موجود ومناقش ومفصل بشكل كامل. في بعض المراجع يسمى بالتسارع النصف قطري، التسارع القطري، فنفس التسمية centripetal or radial acceleration, it's the same meaning. ولكن so here in circular motion the time is not the same time that I use it in space or use it in linear motion. The time here it is the periodic time. ما معنى هو الزمن الدوري؟ ما معنى periodic time؟ هو الزمن الدوري. ما معنى الزمن الدوري؟ هو الزمن اللازم لإتمام دورة كاملة. It is the time takes for the object to make one oscillation. هو الزمن اللازم لإتمام دورة كاملة. So what is the mean of the periodic time t? It's equal to 2 pi. What is the mean of 2 pi? Pi is equal to 180. 2 as a constant, so it's equal to 360 degree. So V from the equation من تعريف السرعة، السرعة هي عبارة عن المسافة المقطوعة. إيش هي المسافة المقطوعة؟ ماذا راح يقطع؟ شوفنا في الدائرة أنه كان الجسم في هذه النقطة وراح إلى هذه النقطة، إذن إيش اللي راح يقطعه؟ راح يقطع محيط semi-conference. So that is C. Semi-conference in the circle it's equal to 2 pi r على الزمن، لأن السرعة هي المسافة المقطوعة على الزمن. المسافة المقطوعة هي عبارة عن المحيط، والمحيط C على الزمن هو الزمن الدوري. طيب من هذه المعادلة الزمن الدوري ماذا يساوي؟ T is equal to 2 by R and divided by V, and we know V is equal to omega R, so R moves with R, so T is equal to 2 by over omega, and the centripetal acceleration it's equal to V squared divided by R. The important thing, one revolution دورة كاملة, how much? It is 2 by R. I give you one example here and we try to find it. So a car piston rotates at a rate of 60 RPM. What is the mean of RPM? When you go to your car, you see there is two counting one for speed. It's starting from 0 here to 2080 with kilometer per second speed meter, and you see here there is another meter. This meter it's about the revolving, so I have two in my car. In some new cars they make it in one, in some cars they keep it in two. So this one is speed meter. It gives you the meter how much the speed in kilometer per hour. In some cars mile per hour. The other one it is about the revolution, the speed meter of or the meter of the revolution هو الذي يحسب عدد الدورات. فهذا يبدأ من 0 1 إلى يعطي خط أحمر green line in 7 or 8 or 9. That means how many revolution per minute. So here RPM means revolution per minute. At a radius of 2 meters, find the centripetal acceleration. So first of all, I must change my variables of the question to find the acceleration. So the acceleration gives the radius in meter, so I need the acceleration in meter per second square. So first of all, one revolution is equal to 2 pi. So how many revolution here? 60 per what? 1 minute. So 60 per 1 minute. multiply one revolution how much? 2 pi r. So where I want to remove 60 revolution. It's in numerator, so I put this in denominator. So remove rev with rev, and minute with second. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and with apply the equation, it is very easy. So v is equal, the v equal to what? 60, that I find it from the question, multiply here r, it given, so 2 pi, and r, it will be given 2 divided by 60 second in 1 minute, and you find it 12.2. So what is the acceleration? So the acceleration, v square divided by r, it given in the question also. So that is the centripetal acceleration. And also there is 2 homework. I try to check your answer next lecture, and please try to solve it. Don't worry, read the question carefully, try to convert the units that you need it. Number 1, Ahmed is riding an roller coaster, لعبة من الألعاب الدائرية. The radius of the loop is 12 meter. The linear velocity it given. Determine the angular velocity, so it needs the angular velocity of the roller coaster. Number 2, a hard drive on a computer rotates, القرص الصلب في الكمبيوتر rotates at 7200 revolution per minute. What is the angular velocity? Try to solve this equation and with these problems, and we discussed about it next lecture. I hope that you can solve. Try to solve. Don't worry about the mistake. The mistake we can discuss about it, and you learn from your mistakes. Thanks a lot, and see you in lecture in Sunday.